Always a joy to come your way with the very latest in the world of business. I am Pius Kojobaka. To our very first story, bondholders are expected to forgo about $4.7 billion that government of Ghana should have paid to them. Now, this is part of agreement reached with Eurobond holders when it comes to restructuring the $13.1 billion owed these creditors. More in this report.
Probably this year, there's going to be that room of fiscal.
The term sheet covering the Eurobond deal showed that the bondholders will also provide a cash flow of $4.4 billion during the period under the IMF program. These concessions are needed according to the new deal to restore debt sustainability under the fund program. Government is also proposing two options under the deal when it comes to restructuring the Eurobond debt. This is the PAR and the DISCO option. For those who take the DISCO option, they will receive 3 new bond instruments. However, the PAR option will have up to 1.6 billion cedis cap. The agreement will also ensure that government will enter into a non-financial terms described as the most favored creditor clause that will ensure that other creditors do not receive better net present value terms. The bondholders have also agreed to a 37% haircut on their interest and maturity. Ghana is also required to publish certain public debt information on a semi-annual basis. Measures have also been taken to ensure that the court don't invalidate this deal. The formal launch of this Eurobond deal will happen in the coming weeks, subject to agreement on the definitive documentations. Government will seek the required approvals and support of the broader bondholder community in order to successfully consummate this important transaction. The IMF has also given its blessing to this deal, meaning that government could go ahead and sign the pact with the creditors once they agree to the terms. The pact is coming at the time the IMF board is set to meet Ghana this Friday when it comes to the country's second review under the fund program. Government also believes that this deal will go a long way to help in stabilizing the Ghana cedi as well.
And we want to hear from Professor Lord Mensah, who is asking government to leverage the fiscal space created by the International Monetary Fund program to roll out a policy that will turn the economy around from short to medium-term production in order to service matured debts. He spoke to Joy Business.
Probably this year, there's going to be that room of fiscal space to get some money stashed somewhere for elections. And that is why probably the 477,000 that is being paid, we seem to be happy with it. But if you look at it critically, I will ask myself so many questions to say, okay, what is going to be the production capacity? What have we invested since we started this IMF, program? The IMF program is not a program that's supposed to turn around our economy. It's not a program that's supposed to bring back, the exchange rate to the level where it will be appreciable as far as, the market is concerned. We have to leverage on the fiscal space that the IMF program and then the debt restructuring gives us. But so far, we are 2 years into the program. We've not seen any policy that the government has rolled out to ensure that, whilst we are in the program, we use it to turn the economy from short to medium-term production so that we can generate more, foreign currency. And when it comes to our debt payment, we'll be able to, service the debt. So I'm happy with putting the agreement all right. It gives a signal of hope. But then in the end, for true impact of the economy, let's see how, we make room for this debt service on our public purse.
All right, so I want to bring in the business community, and Chona Mafelo is the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, who have been following this developing story when it broke. But he joins us via Zoom to have a great conversation on the back of that. Thanks so much, Chona, for agreeing to speak to us. Now, I have heard the warm reception from market watchers who believe this news about the conclusion of the debt negotiations with external creditors will bring the needed market certainty and restoring the investor confidence we are looking for. Now, I want to know, as a business community, from what you said, is that same with you?
Well, thank you, Pius. Good evening to your cherished listeners. Yes, so we've taken an industrial notice of the announcement, and at least on the face of it, there will be a seeming resemblance of stability, at least for this period, which in a short term we can be happy about, because now there will be a lot more funds available for the economy to expand. So at least in the short term, we believe that there will be some relief, as it were. Even though we know very well that it's money that still have to be paid anyway. But that notwithstanding, our concern is to see how this impact industry on the economy in general. As it is now, as you know, the CD is still falling heavily. The depreciation is still intense, and that's really where our focus is. So, as I said, the belief is that with this particular activity, the hope is the CD will stabilize for some time, which is really what we need at this moment. But above that, we would like to see how the consistency of the stability, right? Because we are getting to December in a couple of months, and also we are going to have elections and Christmas and all of that. How sure are we that the CD will continue? We can ensure that this activity would allow the CD to be stabilized into at least the next 6 months or to the next 1 year. And our view is still the case that we believe that we have to increase export. We have to ensure that the local industries are equipped, at least in immediate terms, to be able to export. And things like importation of poultry and all of these things that we can produce here should be seized with immediate effect. We need to rather bring in dollars, not take out dollars. And I'd like to also mention that you know, by the central bank rules, when you export product out of the country, it is expected that the money must be brought back to the economy, as it were. There must be evidence of receipt for proceeds of products being sold out of the country. Is somebody checking that? Are we really making sure that the monies that are earned as a result of export are being brought into the economy? So these are some of the things that we are really concerned about. And we believe that if we take all of this quite seriously, we can see some stability in the near future.
Indeed. The one concern, which of course has to do with the business community, basically is about the exchange rates volatilities. And again, we've heard the finance minister confirm to us that, well, due to the negotiations they've reached, they are positive that, well, the CD or the exchange rate will see some stability as a result of that. But again, $8 billion, or CDs, I should say, have been saved as a result of that, and there have been calls for the need for us to, invest that amount into productive sectors of the economy so that we can reap the necessary returns out of that. Do you share that concern?
Yeah, well, at least with this type of announcement and some money is coming in, generally there will always be some sort of stability. I mean, we're happy that there's more money to play with and there's more money coming to pushing. We knew the benefit of the economy, that we all agree. But as to how this money will be spent to the productive sectors and to at least ensure that we quickly support, products that we can produce locally and minimize importation of those products, it's really our concern. And also how judiciously these resources are going to be spent. To ensure that the productive sectors are given the needed attention. So yes, we believe that it's at least in the interim, it's something that we can work with, but we're very concerned about how these resources will be spent, especially whether it will be in favor of industry, whether we are going to continue to promote production of those products that we have competitive advantage over, and also minimize importation of these finished products. So really, these are some of our concerns.
Thank you so much, unaccounted, for speaking to us on Business Live. He's the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, speaking to us there. Now, let's stay within the market because the Bank of Ghana has denied reports that $12 billion in remittance to Ghana from 2018 to 2022 remains unaccounted. Now, this was contained in a statement issued by the Bank of Ghana following the central bank's inability to track the inflows. George Yafe has more.
Of Ghana in the statement rejected arguments that financial technology firms, money transfer operators, and payment system providers have withheld a significant amount of dollars in terms of inflows in 2022 and 2023. Bank of Ghana maintained that through its due diligence module is able to track and ensure that the necessary transfers are done through their partner banks in Ghana. It also denied operating two foreign exchange systems that allowed small B firms to carry out some transactions without the knowledge of the Bank of Ghana, adding that through their prudential returns, all these inflows into the country are monitored. The central bank added that there are systems in place to ensure that all foreign exchange inflows cited remittances are counted. The regulator further assured the public that all commercial banks in Ghana, payment system providers, are strictly supervised to ensure full compliance of the country's payment laws and regulations.
More on money market, the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce is asking government to do more in addressing the challenges affecting Ghana's exchange rate regime. Executive Director of the Chamber, Ajoba Chioma, says she is hopeful of boost in trading activities of members if there is stability of the currency. She spoke to Joy Business at the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce Hat and Flower Show.
The UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce Hat and Flower charity event was aimed at raising funds to support the Otumfuo to the Second Foundation, which seeks to improve the lives of Ghanaians by implementing the ideals, values, and visions of its patron, the Asantehene. Executive Director of the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Ajoba Chioma, explained that our organization put the event together to encourage networking while promoting trade among UK and Ghanaian businesses.
As you're aware, at the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, one of the key planks of our work is to encourage networking amongst our member companies and our key stakeholders. And because we are focused on promoting trade between the UK and Ghana, we thought that, you know what, why don't we organize a networking event and theme it around hats and flowers, because it's very very British. So, you know, just like any other business in Ghana, it's a tough economic environment for us, you know, but we are hopeful. We are hopeful. I mean, without going into details, the business sentiments are that, you know what, we've seen the cedi depreciates, there's exchange rate challenges for people that import equipment and things, other things from abroad, you know, but we are very, very positive about things turning around. We are confident that things will turn around. And so we are looking forward to a better second half of the year.
The event was aimed at raising a total of 100,000 Ghana cedis towards the realization of some of the objectives of the Otumfuo to the Second Foundation.
Welcome back to Business Live. Now, the introduction of GhanaPay is expected to reduce the cost of transferring money across the country. Now, this is a significant achievement as many people begin to use the platform to complement other payment platforms for goods and services. Now, Chief Executive of the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems, Achi Hesse, explains to Joy Business that the move is a testament to the quest by government to improve digital payments. He spoke after a media engagement on the GhanaPay platform. Here's more.
The introduction of the GhanaPay platform is part of moves to support digital payment and thereby reducing fiscal cash transactions. According to the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems, all the commercial banks in the country have the platform to facilitate the smooth transfer of money across board. Chief Executive of GIBS, Achiese, explains that the move will enhance competition as well as reducing cost of money transfers.
When I use my mobile money wallet, you see the name of my bank, my name, my telephone number, etc. Equally, if you open yours as well, you might see a different bank. But we are using the same platform divided into the various sectors, and the money goes to. It's part of your float at the bank as well. So it's similar to, for a lack of a better word, saying that, look, I need an insurance. The insurance is offered by the insurance companies, but my bank can also offer me an insurance policy. So I'm going to my bank for that policy. So you are creating more options. And as you know, once you have more options, there will be healthy competition within the market, and together the cost of transaction will go down.
Manager in charge of the GhanaPay platform at Gibbs, Samit Darko, outlined the rate at which the platform is transforming payments.
As we speak today, we have close to 2.5 million Ghana cedis as from a float, because for GhanaPay, because it's a bank-wide wallet, the banks are interested in the float. That is where they could actually, like Mr. Hesse mentioned, if the economy wants to develop, it actually develops on the fact that we all are financially included. And as we speak today, we have close to about 2.5 million Ghana cedis worth of as in float sitting on the GhanaPay mobile money wallet. And we are looking a little bit close to 1 million subscribers on the platform as well, compared to about 20,000 people when we launched the product in 2022.
GhanaPay is a universal payment platform by Gibbs in collaboration with the Ghana Association of Banks to support mobile money transfers across networks in the country.
Panelists at the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank Breakfast Meeting are calling for radical agricultural policies to address the sector's challenges with a specific focus on agri-value chain. Now, according to them, it is about time the private sector is involved in agricultural policies to boost the fortunes of the sector. Speaking at the second quarter Graphic Business Stanbic Bank Breakfast Meeting, CEO of GESL, Kwesi Kobo, expressed the need for government to ensure agricultural sufficiency while tackling food inflation.
We are net importers of CPO. We borrowed inordinate amounts of money to fund the cocoa sector. Where cocoa grows, oil palm grows, rubber grows. Okay? Now, from an agronomic point of view, where there's contiguous production and people are not managing their farms well, you're talking about pests and diseases. Coupled, of course, you know the Galamsey program has also exacerbated the situation. But you saw how high the cocoa prices went to. So the question I ask myself is, do we still need to do 1 million tons of cocoa? Because if we do less than that, prices go up. So the question I'm saying that we need to be radical in the way we look at issues. Look, I can go on, and sometimes it is sad that if you look at our trajectory, we keep on repeating the same mistakes and expect different results. So my answer is that focus on a few value chains, address it comprehensively, and then when you learn your lessons, you move on. And then the last point is that let the private sector be the lightning rod. Let the private sector be the lightning rod. How often is the private sector consulted or spoken to? How often do we engage them when they come out with these policies? Whether it's PFJ, where the private sector consulted, was that the instruments of the policy, was it the critical ones to address the problems of food inflation? Because if, for example, issues are made that, well, we gave X amount of farmers benefited from PFJ in terms of input supply. But is that why you give farmers fertilizer and seed? You give them fertilizer and seed because you want to see an increase in productivity. And if a measurement of it is how many farmers benefited from being beneficiaries of supplies of fertilizer and seed, that for me, that I think is a failure.
Finally, before we go, the Ghana Statistical Service is making a strong case for policymakers and implementers to be heavy on addressing outcomes from some surveys they churn out. According to the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobnenim, this is key to supporting economic growth of the economy. Now, speaking at the launch of the 8th Ghana Living Standard Survey, he said tracking knowledge and outcomes of specific social, economic, and educational policy interventions is pertinent to identifying opportunities within the economy.
Ghana Living Standard Survey is a nationally representative household survey that provides reliable, disaggregated, and internationally comparable statistics on welfare and living conditions of Ghanaians, of individuals, and households in Ghana. According to government statistician Professor Samuel Kobnenim, the objective of the survey is to estimate monetary and non-monetary poverty, identify new weight of consumer items to rebase consumer price index.
We finalize our instrument, all our documentations, the computer-assisted personal interviewing tool is ready. So we have formally launched the 8th round of the Ghana Living Standard Survey, which pre-testing of it is going to commence in the next couple of weeks. GLSS 8 generally has a very broad focus because it's the data set that we use for rebasing our consumer price index, rebasing our gross domestic product, and trying to get an understanding of the various dimensions of living conditions, i.e. employment, health-related issues, migration-related issues. But for the 8th round of the GLSS 8, we're especially focusing on learning poverty on the back that from the 2021 population housing census, we identified 7.9 million people who could not read or write in any language with understanding.
Deputy Education Minister John Intim-Forjo said the survey is key to shaping government's approach in addressing some challenges within the Ghanaian economy.
We are very honored that this year's Ghana Living Standard Survey is focusing on education, is focusing on functional literacy and numeracy, is focusing on a key aspect that is a driver to socio-economic development of any country. And therefore, we want to indicate our strong support to the team that are going to be at the forefront of this survey. From the Ministry of Education, we are going to partner strongly with Ghana Statistical Services and the project team to ensure that credible and relevant data is obtained, because as the outcome of this survey is going to be a major indicator, it's going to be a major data that's going to form policy that is going to benefit the whole nation.
The data collection for the 8th round will be carried out in 1,710 clusters across the country and will involve 25,650 households.
Thanks so much for watching Business Live. I am Pius Kojo Baka. For more stories, do log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye.